There is a chess opening named after the most dangerous animal in Africa. Not the lion, not the crocodile, not even the elephant. Hippos look completely harmless and yet kill twice as many people as lions. They seem almost friendly. Nobody sees them coming. The opening works exactly the same way. This is the story of the hippopotamus. Before the name story, how the opening itself looks on the board. Most openings fight for the center immediately. The hippo does the opposite. Pieces pulled back to ranks 6 and 7, pawns forming a low wall, nothing pushed forward. White gets the center for free, gets space for free, gets what looks like a winning position for free, and then finds they cannot break through. Those pawns on the 6th rank control every square on the 5th. White dominates the board and cannot get in. So what's the story behind the name? Most openings in chess are centuries old. The hippopotamus was named in the 1950s, making it one of the youngest named openings in chess. And it was named not by a grandmaster, not by a theorist, but by an eccentric English amateur from Newcastle. J.C. Thompson was not a professional chess player. He was a club player who had spent years developing a system where black pulled everything back and waited. In 1957 he self-published a pamphlet. He called it the Hippopotamus because a hippo in water shows almost nothing above the surface. Eyes, nostrils, the danger is underneath. The pamphlet was largely ignored. The chess establishment wasn't interested. But Thompson kept playing it against visiting grandmasters in simultaneous exhibitions and kept winning. Every opening has a story. Subscribe for a new story every Tuesday and Saturday. The chess establishment had already delivered its verdict before Thompson published a word. Fred Reinfeldt, one of the most widely read chess authors in the world, looked at this position and wrote, "Any expert player would dismiss black's position as lost." Grandmaster Ruben Fine agreed. White establishes a center, white attacks, white wins. Simple. Both men were proved wrong within years. Not by a theory, by a world championship match. If you're enjoying this, a like helps more people find it. At the 1964 Chigorin Memorial in Sochi, a Slovak international master, Uitelki, faced Rashid Nejmedinov. He was one of the most feared attacking players in Soviet chess and held a winning record even against Mikhail Tal. Against the hippo, Nejmedinov did exactly what the opening wants you to do. He built up a dominant position and then lost patience. Sacrificed piece after piece in a desperate assault and lost. A psychologist who later studied Uitelki's games put it simply: Uitelki was provoking his opponents until they had a nervous breakdown. Decades later, Kamsky would beat a young Carlsen with hippo in a blitz game. The future world champion undone by an opening an amateur invented and nobody took seriously. 2 years after Sochi, Boris Spassky, one of the best players in the world, future world champion, chose the hippopotamus twice in his world championship match against Tigran Petrosyan. The chess world was stunned. An opening that seemed objectively lost was now appearing in the most watched chess match on earth. Both games were drawn. The hippopotamus had earned its name on the biggest stage in chess without winning a single game. But it had survived against a world champion with the whole chess world watching. After those games, it had a name. Before, it was Thompson's pamphlet. After Spassky used it, it became an opening. The name is more accurate than most opening names. Hippos spend up to 16 hours a day below water, only their eyes and nostrils visible. They control their territory from underneath. They do not announce themselves. They do not warn you. The most dangerous animal in Africa because nothing about them suggests it. The chess hippo is identical. Pieces hidden behind a wall of pawns. Control exercised from below the surface. The opponent sees space, sees freedom, sees a winning position, and walks into territory that was claimed before they moved a piece. In Russia, they have a different name for it entirely. They call it the scorpion. Same opening, different animal. The West saw something large and slow lying in the water. Russia saw something hidden and lethal. Both descriptions are correct. Chess engines are trained on classical principles. Control the center, develop your pieces, castle early. The Hippo violates every single one of those principles, and the engines know it. They evaluate the position as slightly better for white. And yet, Hikaru Nakamura, one of the strongest players in the world, uses the Hippo specifically as an anti-engine line. An opening designed in the 1950s by an English club player is one of the best tools for confusing the most powerful chess software ever built. The reason is the same as with the animal. The engine knows it should be winning. It just cannot find the plan. It sees the space it controls. It cannot see what is waiting underneath. So who actually plays this opening? Everyone who needs a surprise and nobody who needs a reputation. Nimzovich experimented with it. Kasparov played it. Carlsen used it. No world champion has ever built a career on it, and it keeps finding victims anyway. An amateur named it after an animal. The experts called it lost. Spassky drew twice with it at a world championship match. Nakamura uses it to confuse computers. The most dangerous things in chess, as in Africa, are the ones that don't look dangerous on the surface. That's the name story of the hippopotamus. More stories behind chess twice a week.